There's one accessory that seems so simple, so harmless, that most women never stop to question it. We slip it on out of habit, thinking it's just there to hold up our pants or to add a little something to a dress. But here's the truth. The belt, yes, that small strip of leather or fabric, is the most misused accessory in women's fashion. And when it's not chosen carefully, it can instantly sabotage your look, making you appear shorter, wider, or even older than you really are. The reason this happens is that belts are powerful visual tools. They cut across your body, they frame your waist, and they either create balance or completely destroy it. For women over 50, this becomes even more critical. As our bodies change, a poorly chosen belt can exaggerate areas we'd rather downplay, while the right one can carve out definition, elongate the silhouette, and bring instant elegance to an outfit. That's why knowing how to use belts the right way is one of the smartest fashion tips for women over 50. But let's pause for a moment. Have you ever put on a belt and thought, something feels off, but I don't know what? You're not alone. Many women rely on old habits, wearing the same wide belt they loved in the 1980s, or choosing one that clashes with their outfit without realizing it. Fashion accessories should elevate you, not hold you back. This video will open your eyes to the most common belt mistakes women make, and more importantly, show you how to fix them so you look slimmer, more polished, and effortlessly chic. And here's the exciting part. You don't need to buy a whole new wardrobe. Belts are budget-friendly game changers. Once you understand how to choose the right size, color, and style, you can transform the clothes you already own into outfits that look expensive and age-defying. Imagine slipping on a simple dress you've had for years, adding the perfect belt, and suddenly feeling taller, leaner, and more confident. That's the power of this one accessory when used correctly. So if you've ever wondered why your outfit looked better on the mannequin than on you, or if you've felt frustrated that your clothes don't flatter the way you want them to, keep watching. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to turn the belt from your biggest fashion enemy into your secret style weapon. Smooth transition. And the best way to begin is by uncovering the very first mistake almost every woman makes with belts, the issue of size. One of the most common mistakes women make with belts is choosing the wrong width. It may seem like a small detail, but the thickness of a belt can completely change how your outfit looks on your body. Too wide, and the belt swallows your shape, making you look shorter or boxy. Too thin, and it can feel insignificant, almost like an afterthought, offering no real definition to your waist. The truth is, the width of your belt should always be in proportion to your frame, and this becomes even more important for women over 50. Think about it. A wide belt across the midsection can emphasize the stomach and make your torso appear compressed. For petite women, this is especially problematic because it visually cuts the body in half. On the other hand, a skinny belt can get lost on a fuller figure, offering no balance and sometimes even drawing more attention to areas we'd prefer to soften. Fashion tips for women over 50 often emphasize balance, and the belt is no exception. The right width enhances your natural proportions, while the wrong one disrupts them. So how do you know what works best? A good rule of thumb is this. If you're petite, a medium to narrow belt, somewhere around 1 inch wide, will give you definition without overwhelming your frame. If you're curvier, a medium width belt, about 1.5 inches, usually provides the most flattering balance. For taller women, a slightly wider belt can work beautifully, as long as it doesn't overpower your outfit. The key is harmony. Belts should highlight your waist, not take center stage in a distracting way. Here's the secret. The perfect belt width creates an invisible line that draws the eye inward, making your waist look slimmer and your silhouette longer. Once you master this, you'll find that even your simplest outfits, like a plain dress or a tunic top, suddenly feel more polished and intentional. Smooth transition. But even if you choose the perfect belt width, there's another pitfall that can ruin your look: wearing the belt in the wrong place on your body. That's where many women unknowingly go wrong. Even if you've chosen the right belt width, placement can make or break your look. Many women instinctively fasten their belt at the hips or too low on the waistline, without realizing how much it affects their proportions. A low-slung belt might feel casual, but on most women over 50, it visually shortens the legs and draws attention to the stomach or hips, areas we often want to downplay. The truth is, belts are one of the strongest tools for shaping the silhouette, but only if they're positioned correctly. Placing a belt too low creates a drop waist effect that can add bulk where you least want it. On the other hand, positioning the belt at your natural waist, the narrowest part of your torso, creates balance, definition, and a slimming effect. That's why many style experts recommend waist-defining belts as one of the most powerful fashion tips for women over 50. But what if you don't have a clearly defined waist? That's where belts become even more helpful. For women with straighter figures or postmenopausal body changes, wearing a belt just slightly above the natural waistline can create the illusion of curves. Similarly, for those with fuller midsections, a medium-width belt placed over a cardigan or dress can help anchor the outfit without clinging too tightly. This placement trick elongates your frame, making you look taller and more polished. Here's a simple test. Stand in front of a mirror with a belt and try it in 3 places: low on the hips, at the natural waist, and slightly higher. You'll notice how dramatically your shape changes with each adjustment. The right spot not only highlights your figure, but also makes your entire outfit look more intentional. And remember, the goal isn't to follow rigid rules, it's to use belts strategically so your clothes flatter you instead of fighting against your body. Smooth transition. Now that we've covered width and placement, let's move on to another area where belts are often misused: color. The shade of your belt can completely transform whether your outfit looks elegant or unbalanced. Color is one of the easiest ways to make or break an outfit, and belts are no exception. Unfortunately, many women treat belts as an afterthought, grabbing whatever shade is available without considering how it interacts with the rest of the look. A belt in the wrong color can be jarring, distracting, or worse, it can cheapen an otherwise beautiful outfit. For women over 50, color harmony becomes even more important. When you choose a belt that contrasts too sharply with your clothing, it can cut your body in half, making you appear shorter or heavier. On the other hand, a belt in a playful but mismatched color can sometimes look more teen than timeless. And that's the last thing you want when you're aiming for a polished, elegant style. Remember, fashion accessories for women over 50 should complement your look, not compete with it. So, what works best? Neutral shades are your most reliable ally. Black, brown, beige, taupe, or even a deep navy can blend seamlessly with your wardrobe and make your outfit appear expensive without any extra effort. Pairing a nude-toned belt with trousers, for instance, creates a longer leg line, while a black belt against a black dress offers subtle definition without breaking up the silhouette. This is a classic slimming fashion hack that never fails. That said, color doesn't have to be boring. The secret lies in intention. A bold red or metallic belt can absolutely elevate an outfit when it ties back to your shoes, handbag, or a detail in your clothing. This coordinated approach turns a belt from a random accessory into a powerful statement piece. Think of it less as adding color and more as finishing the story of your outfit. When used thoughtfully, color can highlight your waist, elongate your figure, and pull your look together with effortless sophistication. But when ignored, it can leave your outfit feeling scattered and incomplete. Smooth transition, and even if your belt color is perfect, there's another common pitfall to watch out for: the style of the belt itself. Outdated or overly fussy designs can age you faster than anything else in your closet. Just like clothing, belts follow fashion cycles. What looked chic in the 1980s or 1990s doesn't necessarily translate to elegance today. One of the biggest mistakes women over 50 make is holding on to outdated belt styles, those ultra-wide elastic belts with oversized buckles, belts covered in rhinestones, or quirky woven styles that belong more in a costume box than in a modern wardrobe. While they may carry sentimental value, they can instantly age your outfit and make your entire look feel dated. The same goes for belts that are overly busy. Excessive studs, loud logos, fringe details, or oversized buckles draw unnecessary attention to your midsection. Instead of enhancing your outfit, these styles overwhelm it. Fashion mistakes like this can make even the most expensive outfit appear cheaper. And if your goal is to look elegant, sophisticated, and timeless, the belt you choose should whisper refinement, not shout for attention. So, what's the alternative? Choose designs that stand the test of time. A simple leather belt with a classic buckle, a sleek suede style, or a minimal metallic detail will always look polished. These timeless accessories pair beautifully with everything from dresses to trousers, creating an effortlessly chic impression. If you want to add personality, look for belts with subtle texturing or unique stitching, small details that feel modern without being overbearing. Remember, elegance is about intention, not excess. When your belt complements your outfit instead of fighting it, you automatically look more expensive, more refined, and more confident. Think of your belt as the quiet finishing touch that completes the story of your style. And here's the best part. Updating your belt collection doesn't have to be costly. Investing in one or two high-quality, timeless belts can elevate your entire wardrobe, helping you create dozens of flattering outfits without buying new clothes. Smooth transition, but style isn't just about design. The material of your belt plays a huge role in how polished or how cheap your look appears, and that's where many women go wrong next. Material may seem like a minor detail, but in fashion, it often makes the loudest statement. One of the most overlooked mistakes women make with belts is choosing poor quality materials like stiff plastic, synthetic faux leather that cracks after a few wears, or flimsy fabrics that don't hold their shape. No matter how stylish your outfit is, a cheap-looking belt can instantly drag it down, making the entire look appear less polished. For women over 50 who are aiming for sophistication, this becomes especially important. As we mature, our style often leans toward timeless elegance, and that elegance depends heavily on quality. A belt made of genuine leather, soft suede, or a well-structured woven fabric not only looks better, but also lasts longer. These are the kinds of timeless accessories that elevate your style and give your outfit that quiet luxury effect. Polished, refined, and effortlessly chic. Here's the key. Your belt should look like it belongs in the same league as the rest of your wardrobe. If you're wearing tailored trousers, a crisp blouse, or a classic sheath dress, pairing it with a peeling faux leather belt creates a disconnect. On the other hand, a smooth leather belt with a subtle buckle blends seamlessly, pulling the outfit together in a way that feels intentional. This is one of the simplest fashion tips for women over 50. Invest in fewer but better quality belts, and you'll notice how even your older clothing pieces suddenly feel new again. And it doesn't mean everything has to be expensive. Even on a budget, you can find well-made belts in classic materials that will last for years. The trick is to avoid trends that focus on flashy materials and instead opt for quality you can feel. When the belt material looks luxurious, it instantly signals refinement, no matter what else you're wearing. Smooth transition. But of course, even the best quality belt won't do its job if it clashes with the outfit you pair it with. That's the next area where many women stumble: coordination. Even if your belt has the right width, the perfect placement, the ideal color, and the best material, it can still fall flat if it doesn't coordinate with the rest of your outfit. This is where many women over 50 unknowingly make a style slip. They choose a belt in isolation without considering how it speaks to their shoes, their handbag, or the overall mood of their clothing. The result? A look that feels disjointed, unfinished, or simply off balance. The truth is, a belt is more than just a functional piece. It's a connector, a bridge that ties together different elements of your outfit. For example, pairing a black leather belt with brown sandals can make an otherwise chic look appear mismatched. Similarly, wearing a highly polished metallic belt with a casual linen dress can feel out of sync. This doesn't mean your belt has to match everything exactly, but it should coordinate. The most timeless fashion tips for women over 50 emphasize harmony, and belts are no exception. What does good coordination look like? If you're wearing a tan handbag, a belt in a similar earthy tone instantly creates flow. If your outfit features a pop of color, say red shoes, a slim belt in the same shade can make your look intentional and stylish. For more minimalist outfits, tone-on-tone coordination is a chic way to elongate your frame. A nude belt against nude trousers, for example, works as a slimming fashion hack, subtly lengthening your silhouette while keeping the outfit sleek. Think of it this way. Every element of your outfit should be part of the same conversation. Your belt doesn't have to shout, but it should at least speak the same language as your other accessories. When it does, you appear polished and put together without even trying. Smooth transition. Now that we've uncovered the biggest mistakes women make with belts, it's time to flip the script. Let's talk about how to use this accessory the right way, transforming it from your style enemy into your secret weapon. Now that we've covered the most common mistakes, let's shift the focus to solutions. Because when used correctly, a belt isn't just an accessory, it's one of the most powerful tools in your wardrobe. The right belt can define your waist, elongate your figure, and instantly elevate even the simplest outfit. In fact, many of the most timeless style tips for women over 50 involve nothing more than adding the perfect belt in the perfect way. The first secret is proportion. Remember, your belt should always work with your frame, not against it. A medium-width leather belt is one of the most universally flattering options. It's slim enough not to overwhelm petite figures, but substantial enough to balance fuller body types. Investing in one or two neutral belts, black, tan, or beige, will give you endless versatility and ensure your outfits always look intentional. The second secret is placement. Positioning your belt at your natural waist, or just slightly above it, creates the illusion of a slimmer midsection and longer legs. This works beautifully with dresses, cardigans, or tunics that might otherwise feel shapeless. Belts are a slimming fashion hack that allow you to add definition without relying on shapewear. The third secret is coordination. Instead of thinking of your belt as an afterthought, treat it like the finishing touch that ties everything together. Match your belt to your shoes or handbag for classic elegance, or use it to echo a pop of color in your jewelry or blouse. This small adjustment can make your outfit look polished, balanced, and sophisticated. And finally, don't be afraid to experiment. Try belting an oversized blazer for a chic, modern silhouette, or add a thin belt over a long cardigan to highlight your shape. You'll quickly see how this one accessory can transform everyday clothes into chic outfit ideas for women over 60 that feel stylish, age-defying, and modern. Smooth transition. And now, before we wrap up, let's take a moment to revisit everything we've uncovered so you'll never look at belts the same way again. As we come to the end of this style journey, let's pause and reflect on what we've uncovered together. The humble belt, often dismissed as a simple accessory, has the power to either elevate or sabotage your entire outfit. We've seen how easy it is to misuse by choosing belts that are too wide or too thin, wearing them in the wrong position, picking the wrong colors, clinging to outdated styles, ignoring material quality, or failing to coordinate them with the rest of the outfit. These small missteps can quietly chip away at your elegance and confidence. But here's the good news. Once you understand these pitfalls, you can turn the belt into one of your greatest allies. The right belt creates definition, balance, and polish. It's the accessory that helps you look slimmer without shapewear, taller without heels, and more put together without trying too hard. For women over 50, this is one of the simplest yet most powerful fashion tips. A reminder that elegance doesn't require a complete wardrobe overhaul, just smarter styling choices. Think back to the examples we discussed. A medium width belt in a timeless material like leather or suede can transform a plain dress into a statement of sophistication. A belt placed at the natural waist can redefine your shape and restore proportion to your silhouette. Coordinating your belt with shoes or a handbag can instantly pull an outfit together, giving you that effortlessly chic, quiet luxury look. These aren't complicated rules, they're small adjustments that have a big impact. Most importantly, belts remind us of something deeper. Style is never about age, it's about intention. The women who look the most elegant and confident in their 60s, 70s, and beyond are those who understand how to work with what they have, not fight against it. A belt is just one example of how a thoughtful choice can transform how you look and how you feel. And when you feel confident, you radiate it. So the next time you stand in front of your closet, don't underestimate that simple strip of leather hanging on the hook. Ask yourself, will this belt support my look or will it steal from it? With the tips you've learned today, you'll always know the answer. Soft call to action. If you found these insights helpful, I invite you to join me for more. Watch my next video where I'll share even more style tips for women over 50, including how to instantly look slimmer without shapewear. And don't forget to subscribe, because your most elegant, confident years are only just beginning.